Turning 70 isn't the end of vitality. It's the beginning of a quieter kind of strength. At this stage of life, many people assume that decline is inevitable. That memory will fade, independence will slip, and peace will be harder to hold on to. But the truth is, those outcomes aren't guaranteed. In fact, for some, the opposite happens. There are people who reach their 70s with clarity, emotional balance, and a deep sense of self. They don't just survive, they thrive. What separates them isn't luck or perfect health. It's habits. Simple, steady habits that protect their mind, keep them calm in a noisy world, and allow them to live life on their own terms. Staying sharp after 70 isn't about avoiding aging. It's about aging with intention, about choosing awareness over autopilot and presence over passivity. And the good news is, it's never too late to begin. In this video, we'll explore 5 powerful habits that can help you remain mentally clear, emotionally grounded, and truly independent, no matter your age. These are small shifts that carry big impact, and they just might change the way you walk through this chapter of life. Let's get started. 1. They keep their minds in motion. One of the most powerful habits of mentally sharp people after 70 is that they never let their minds sit still. While others slow down and sink into routine, they stay curious. They read, write, reflect, not to prove anything, but to keep their inner world alive. They ask questions, even when they already know the answers. They revisit old ideas with new eyes, and most importantly, they remain open to growth, to change, and to learning from anyone, regardless of age or background. Keeping the mind active isn't just about doing crossword puzzles or playing memory games, though those help. It's about staying engaged with life itself, watching the world with interest, listening deeply, thinking critically. It's a quiet but deliberate resistance to mental stagnation, because when your thoughts keep moving, your spirit does too. That movement becomes a form of independence, one that no physical limitation can take away. Sharpness at this age isn't just memory, it's perspective, and those who keep their minds in motion never stop discovering what life still has to offer. 2. They protect their peace without guilt. By the time you reach 70, you've earned the right to guard your peace, not with apologies, but with quiet confidence. Those who remain emotionally calm and centered in later life don't try to please everyone. They've learned that not every invitation deserves a yes, not every opinion needs a response, and not every problem is theirs to carry. They choose calm over chaos, not because life got easier, but because they stopped chasing unnecessary battles. They walk away from arguments that drain them. They release the need to explain themselves to people who never truly listened in the first place. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's wise. It means understanding the difference between being kind and being used. It means valuing your time, your energy, and your mental space. And it means letting go of the guilt that once came with saying no. This kind of inner calm doesn't just feel good, it creates space for health, clarity, and connection. And the people who practice it tend to carry a different kind of presence. They don't speak the loudest, but when they do, people listen, because peace has a power that noise can never match. 3. They find meaning in the smallest moments. People who stay emotionally and mentally strong after 70 tend to see what others overlook. While the world chases excitement, they've learned to find beauty in the ordinary. A quiet morning light, the rhythm of routine, the warmth of a familiar voice. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about noticing what still is. Gratitude becomes less of a practice and more of a way of seeing. The small things aren't small anymore, they're sacred. a slow walk, a warm cup of tea, a brief, genuine conversation. These moments become anchors in a fast-moving world. They don't need constant stimulation to feel alive, because meaning isn't in the noise, it's in the stillness between the noise. And when you learn to tune into that space, life starts to speak in softer, deeper ways. This habit of finding meaning isn't about avoiding reality, it's about living it more fully. It brings calm, focus, and a quiet kind of joy that doesn't depend on what's next. And the people who live this way often seem ageless, not because they defy time, but because they've made peace with it. 4. They stay connected without needing the crowd. After 70, connection begins to mean something different. It's no longer about being surrounded by many people, it's about being truly seen by a few. Those who remain emotionally strong and independent at this stage know how to nurture relationships that feel real, not just convenient. They don't chase attention, they don't fear solitude, but they understand the quiet power of meaningful connection, the kind built on trust, listening, and shared presence. They invest in people who bring peace, not pressure. And they've learned to let go of those who take more than they give. This isn't isolation, it's intentional connection. A phone call that matters, a conversation that goes beyond surface level, a walk shared in silence with someone who simply gets it. These are the moments that keep the heart open and the spirit grounded. They also stay connected to themselves through reflection, prayer, nature, or simple stillness. Because being connected doesn't always mean reaching out. Sometimes it means reaching in. And the people who do that consistently often carry a kind of calm that others can feel, even without words. 5. They keep showing up for themselves. At this stage in life, it's easy to put others first, to become the caretaker, the listener, the one who's always there. But those who remain truly independent after 70 have learned a powerful truth. You can't pour from an empty cup, and so they keep showing up for themselves. They check in with their thoughts, not just their schedules. They make time for rest, not just responsibility. They nourish their bodies, tend to their minds, and give themselves permission to slow down without guilt. It's not selfishness, it's self-respect. They understand that independence isn't just about doing things on your own. It's about being in a healthy relationship with yourself, listening to what you need, honoring what you feel, giving yourself the same care and patience you so often give to others. This habit, more than any other, keeps the soul steady. Because when you consistently show up for yourself, in small, quiet ways, you remind the world that you still matter. Not because of what you do for others, but simply because you're here, and that in itself is enough. Aging isn't about disappearing, it's about refining. And the people who stay sharp, calm, and independent after 70 aren't trying to hold on to the past. They're living fully in the present, with the wisdom to know what truly matters. These 5 habits may seem simple, but together they form something powerful, a mindset, a rhythm, a way of moving through the world with quiet confidence. They keep the mind alert, the heart open, and the spirit steady, even as everything else changes. If even one of these habits spoke to you, if something inside you whispered, "That's what I need," then don't let it pass. Small changes create deep shifts, no matter your age. Tell me in the comments, which habit do you already practice, and which one are you ready to begin? I'd love to hear your reflections. And if this video reminded you of your own strength, your own value, or your own voice, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need that same reminder today. Because age doesn't define you, how you live does. And the best chapters are still yours to write.